multi-jump as well.
Multi-jump, yeah, absolutely. So let's get into it. I'm really looking forward to it. Game 1 starting off right now. We're on small battlefield.
This is oftentimes where we see a lot of the snakes start out with that immediate double grenade setup to get that pressure going. That C4 in the corner, though, I wonder how that's going to play out and be relevant here. Under his feet is an unusual place for it to be.
And already we're seeing KilogramHours going for a lot of those, the swallows there on the grenades, sucking them up, spitting them back out, and getting set up. You know, they're both very comfortable underneath these platforms. Snake obviously loves to set up underneath there. KilogramHours saying like, look, I can sit there and send the grenade straight back to you, but now we're swinging.
And it's so important too. You mentioned that suck up and spit out. Spitting out the grenade, it's so fast, right? So there's almost no time to react to the grenade coming right back at you.
Right.
Using Snake's grenades against him is ultimately what you're required to do if you want to actually beat him in these matchups.
Yeah. Absolutely. And these Gordos, too, coming in clutch. And look at this amount of damage already being tacked on here. It's dead even still. And just walking up with the up smash and just letting it swing. And, I mean, 100% on Dedede is
relatively
not that
healthy
much.
stock, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can really do a lot of, extra credit here if you want.
One of the heaviest characters in the game, going to try to make use of this extra weight that he has, for sure. Going to get the down throw into the forward tilt. On bigger bodies, I do believe that's actually a true extension, too.
Yep, I think you're right. And, I mean, it was just like, the perfect punish there. Keeping ApolloKage, keeping his head calm and, just closing out that stock, keeping it even.
But in this corner is not where you want to be, and a very unique interaction happening there with the double hit of the Gordo. The grenade actually knocking it back and forcing it to poke his shield. And once again, you keep talking about how that blowback is so relevant when he sucks in that grenade and spits it right back, just keeping Snake in this corner where really his only major burst option is going to be that dash attack.
It's like, honestly, I'm starting to think it might be like the best tool to fight a snake is the suck. As crazy as that sounds.
I'm inclined to agree just because regular reflectors, they don't reflect as fast back as spitting that grenade back out will do.
Yeah.
And it's just been so relevant so far in this first game. Now, I'm sure at around this percent's 100% right, but we're probably going to see some of the... I thought up smash, but no, we're actually going to see the up tilt come out, and it's going to kill at 100. Wait, Dedede has these kill moves, this platform pressure, just laid on the Snake, and taking this lead once again at 100%. This is a relatively healthy stock for a character as heavy as Dedede.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is just the thing. It's like, everybody has some amount of Snake experience, right? But not everybody has this high-level Dedede experience. So the matchup inexperience here may be showing a little bit for ApolloKage.
Matchup and experience is so relevant in a game that has 80 characters. Let's be honest, like a good 75 of them are all meta relevant in some way. And here we see that because Dedede not known for being a great character, obviously, but in this matchup has some unique tools that helps him actually fight back.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And right now we're just throwing projectiles back and forth. We're playing catch, and I mean ApolloKage is nickeled and dimed that percent back, and is slowly clawing his way back into the lead. We're not there quite yet, but that's and there it is. And the movement from ApolloKage to weave around all of these, his own grenades, the Gordos, the Nairs is pretty impressive.
That's kind of been the name of the game, right? Hasn't been nickel and dime. ApolloKage has just been known as a player to get some ridiculous combos off of these grenades. We haven't really been seeing a whole lot of that, right? It's just been chipping away. The problem is he hasn't really been getting the big hits outside of the down throws.
Yep.
And oftentimes, KilogramHours has just been swinging for the fences and getting these kills rather early.
Oh my gosh!
Such a scary situation to be in.
Yeah. Oh, going down deep. Was thinking maybe that ApolloKage was going to recover low. But instead,
oh my God. That was the smartest use of Nikita I have ever seen. He sat there right outside of the range.
Yeah, that was so
right
smart.
outside of the range of the inhale and just waited for it to end.
Wow.
And said, okay, now I'm going in.
Yeah, that was sick. Props to ApolloKage on that one. Really, really intelligent, as you said. Keeping right outside the range of the suck. And,
And it's such an interesting interaction as well, just because, right, Dedede is using that suck, and Dedede known to be a character who has an extremely fast falls, right? But while while using that inhale, he is not able to fast fall. The Nikita can actually speed around him and even go under if necessary to go around that suck that happened there. And he was going to be able to secure that kill either way, but having the awareness to do that in that situation is just remarkable.
Yeah. And I mean, that just shows the raw experience that ApolloKage has at this level of gameplay.
being able to think on the fly like that is kind of what separates the good from the greats. And Apollo, obviously one of the greats, but let's see what KilogramHours has up his sleeve, because clearly no slouch, making that a much closer game than I'm sure a lot of people expected.
Absolutely. And wow, ApolloKage comes out swinging here. We're scrapping. Instead of the grenades, we're going out there with 2 back airs. We're at 72%.
Listen, that's what people oftentimes forget about Snake. Yes, has some of the best zoning tools in the game, but Snake also has some amazing boxing options with that. Exactly, with that forward tilt, with the poking down tilt, with the up tilt as well. Everybody knows about that move, of course. Especially at that ledge, is where it becomes the most dangerous for sure. And we're starting to see some of those moves come out.
Yep, absolutely. And pretty much a 50-50 right there. You don't want to get hit by the up tilt, obviously, but the dash attack coming in and keeping it in an edge guard situation and finishing it off with the back air there. And that's a pretty clean stock for ApolloKage.
Oh, 47% super healthy on Snake, and a very important adjustment as well, because DDDs are just known for jumping from that ledge, and ApolloKage recognizing that he was doing that a lot in that last game, and that time just saying, I'm going to just rip the bear on you this time, cover that jump and get that early stock before things get out of hand.
Woo! Yeah, I like it, and yeah, the scrapping is I really like the change in game plan from ApolloKage here. It just shows, like you said earlier,
oh my God.
Just the up tilt taking it there. Just really shows, like you said earlier, the difference between a good and bad, decent player is the ability to adjust on the fly.
Oh, for sure. Adjusting on the fly is being so important. And right now, we're going to need to see some adjustments from KilogramHours, but honestly, that was a 3 stock in such a different game from that first game that we saw, where obviously KilogramHours was getting a lot of pressure on those platforms, early kills, on those jump callouts, the up smash, the up tilts, right? But ApolloKage decided to take the fight to him this time.
I loved it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if there's too many people who can survive too long in the ring taking the fight to Snake, and we're seeing that right here.
That was a big download we got from ApolloKage there, and we're going to need to see some equal downloads from KilogramHours here if he wants to stay in this. But I've got faith in him. I've seen him do it before. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some big adjustments.
Making it this far in bracket, you have to imagine that you'd be able to make some adjustments like that, right? You wouldn't get this far if you were a slouch.
Totally. Absolutely. I thought maybe we would see a different stage, but we're right back at it, sticking with small battlefield. Right now, once again, ApolloKage is attached that damage onto KilogramHours very early.
Demanding the space around that platform too, right? Saying it's going to be so difficult to approach him when he has one grenade on the platform, the C4 sitting there, coming down from center stage, right? It's just so difficult when you're such a big body to get that space in on him.
100%. Okay. Ooh, nice way to slip behind him, get that stage control back. But, the grenade's doing so much damage, nearly taking that stock. Ooh, good use of Suck to get that grenade out of there. And get ApolloKage out of your face. KilogramHours trying to get back onto stage.
It's so difficult having to fight for the space. And I was going to say, he's been struggling to get meaningful hits. And just like that, saying, hey, I know you're expecting me to jump here. I'm just going to wait this time. Gets that parry on Snake's rather telegraphed back air. Gets that up tilt. It just kills so early. Comes out on frame 8, by the way. What an insane move for DDD to have.
Absolutely. They really did make, give the heavies in this game some really good tools.
Except for Bowser. Poor Bowser.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Being able to get that stock and forward tilt has been actually the resource that, oh my God, been the resource that's been able to get a lot of these stocks for ApolloKage. The big body that is DDD has been helping him out a lot for sure.
100%.
That Nair has honestly been paying dividends as well, just covering so much space with the grenades, being able to make it kind of artificially safe. That's kind of what the grenades are there for. And just once again demanding the space on the platform, saying, listen, I have the lead. I'm going to force you to come to me.
Yeah, I agree. And I thought the grenades would pop instantly when they're shot back like that, but I guess they don't. So they just kind of like are bopping into Snake and kind of bouncing off him like.
Oh my God! He knows!
He knows.
He extends the hurt box with the second grenade and actually used the armor as well to just power through it. ApolloKage not ready for that rather unique interaction, and these are the kind of moves that we expect to see from somebody who's made it this far in bracket with such an obscure character.
Yeah. It's what we were talking about earlier. You got to make some downloads yourself, and you got to have a pretty deep bag of tricks, right? And that was KilogramHours showing one of those hands. But there's a lot of game left to be played here.
One stock apiece. It's going to be a dash attack. Yep, guaranteed damage. And back in the corner is not where you want to be. Throwing that grenade. I'm surprised he did not go for the spike there.
I thought he was going to
known for doing that.
Yep. Totally thought the same.
We see kind of a shift in play here, kind of demanding the airspace, throwing the grenades up, saying, hey, I'm not going to let you jump for free anymore as well.
Yep. Yeah, it really does just... It's
all right, we've been here before.
Really just forcing KilogramHours to use his resources at every given moment.
Snake, a character who's so good at draining you of those resources too, because how can you just keep up with all the pressure that he can apply from across the stage with these grenades, with these C4s?
Wow.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
That's going to be a throw and a handshake, but an amazing showing nonetheless from KilogramHours. Honestly, I'm still shook after that jet hammer. I was not expecting that, getting hit with the first grenade, powering through the second one, as well with the armor and immediately extending the hurt box. What a way to take him by surprise, but just a little bit too late, unfortunately.
Exactly. But yeah, thrilling set all the same, and props